Okay, it is day 2 of our sourdough starter session here. So tomorrow I would like to have my starter active and ready so that tomorrow night I can use it and I have the right amount to make 2 loaves of bread on Thursday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed my starter in order to make bread now. So the last yesterday, I fed her just enough to keep her active and to have some extra starter in here. But tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed her our 30 grams of starter, 125 grams of water, and 140 grams of flour. So we've got our brand new clean jar, we have our active sourdough starter, and of course we have our discard. So I always have 3 jars ready to go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on our scale and zero it out, and I'm going to pour in 125 grams of water. Here we go. 124, whoops, 126. Okay, so that's our water. We've got our 125 grams of water. Whoops. Now I'm going to put in my starter. So I'm going to get 30 grams of sourdough starter. So this is starter that I could use to make a loaf of bread tonight, and it would be ready to go because it's bubbly. It looks good. You can see the bubbles on the top, and you can see lots of bubbles on the bottom. So this is active enough to make bread. But I'm going to use it to get even more active for my loaves tomorrow. Okay, so 30 grams of starter. That's what it looks like. Oh, that's going to be too much. Don't want all of that. Let's see if we can get it kind of close. So 30 grams of starter. Might take a minute here. $50. So we're going to take some out. It's a little too much. So I'm just going to take a little bit out. It's kind of hard to get it out because then it's all stuck together. 42, still too much. Still 42, that didn't take out much at all. 44, how did it go up? All right, let's get this better. Okay, that should be better because we'll let it. And that's 36, we're going with 36, but the goal is 30 grams of starter, 125 of water, and 140 of flour. So I'm gonna set this one aside. So this one still has plenty of good starter in it. So I can either keep it going or I can put it in my discard jar. So now I'm gonna stir this up. So we want the starter and the water to be pretty well combined before I put the flour in. So I'm just stirring it up really well. And then we'll add our 140 grams of flour. So I'm gonna zero it out. I'm gonna get my flour, and I am using Ballerina Farm high protein flour. So I'm going to get 140 grams in here. That's 72, 120, 134, 144. Perfect, that's great. Okay, so now I'm gonna stir this up really well. I have this is my sourdough spatula, which I really love because it just gets in the wet jar and it helps me to stir it really well and mix it very well. I like to scrape down the sides too and get all of the sides scraped down. You can see that. Some people like to put a rubber band on where they start with this so they can see the growth. I don't really do that, but I will definitely show you that you'll be able to see how much it grew tonight. So these proportions really allow you to see the growth, whereas the 60-60 or the 30-30 doesn't allow you to see the growth as much. So I love seeing the sourdough starter in the morning when it's all ready to go. This is hard to stir, so your arm kind of gets tired. You know that you're stirring it and getting it well mixed. Grab all the stuff off the bottom. You want to make sure that there's no flour sitting on the bottom. So I'm stirring it, and that should be pretty good. So that's what it looks like. It's very thick and it's ready to sit on the counter overnight, and then it will be ready in the morning to do our next steps. So again, I've got my brand new wax jar, which will sit on the counter tonight. Then I've got my discard full of lots of discard, which I need to make crackers or something tomorrow. So I've got my discard, my new starter, and this is my old starter, which will be added to my discard. And then I'm only gonna have these 2 jars. This will sit on the counter and this will go in the kitchen, in the fridge. See you tomorrow.